Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Tuesday, February 12th, 2013. First, let's take a look at the market or announcements, market affecting announcements for today. Barack Obama speaks. Oh, that's State of the Union tonight. Treasury budget at 2 o'clock. Just basically announcing, I think it's for December, if I'm correct. Basically, what happens on that particular event is the government reports for December whether they made money or lost money, whether they spent less or spent more than they took in. And we all know how that's going to be. Speaking of announcements, my wife told me earlier that February 22nd is National Margarita Day. So you're going to have to, or National Margaritaville Day. So go find those salt shakers and be ready. Okay, that's the humor for today, I guess. All right, market indicators right now are showing a flat open. The VIX is below 13, not good for us spread traders. We like it higher. We like a little bit more juice, as we call it in the market. Gold is a little bit depressed right now, below 1650. And the dollar is at, where'd the dollar go here? The dollar is at 80, which is... it's been hanging around there. Nothing to be concerned about, I don't believe. All right, Amazon. This trade here is a bear call trade. It's at $57 profit right now. The two entries on Salesforce.com are profitable at this point. Gold. This trade is up $2. I was going to mention it yesterday. It was one that I put on Friday afternoon. But I didn't, I neglected to talk about it on yesterday's video, and we'll get to that in a minute. It's a double calendar that I put on. Priceline is losing money right now, and Panera is up $90. All right, let's talk just for a minute about this gold GLD trade on the GLD ETF. I was talking to a friend of mine in Canada on Friday afternoon, and we were talking about this particular ETF and what we could do to make some money on it because it wasn't moving. But on the other hand, there was really no, there's no credit in doing there's not enough credit on this because volatility is so low. It's like around 14% over here, as you can see. Overall on these options, even up until January, it's only at January of next year, it's only up to 17%, and that's not really enough to do an iron condor. So one of the things that you can do, or that we looked at, was doing a double calendar. And I don't know what's going on with Thinkorswim right now, but basically when you get this NA down here in this volatility, or you're getting a zero here, so that's just telling me, oh, here it comes. Now we're getting some data. We're not complete yet. We still don't have data for this particular option. But what this is a double calendar, and at 160 and 163 were the strikes that I picked out. And if the price falls between there, then anywhere from, well, let's look at the chart. Anywhere in between here, from 163.84 down to 159.11. If the price ends this week here for this expiration, anywhere in between there, we should make some money off of it. And so what happens, I enter this on Friday, and what happens today is whammo. One of the biggest gaps in gold in recent memory. Yeah, the market's out to get me. Okay, we still don't have all the data here, but theoretically, anyway, this peak here on the 163 would be up around here, and the sag would be more like this. So this would be more of a valley rather than, I don't know what you would call this. It would not dip below zero. So we're waiting for that data to come in here, and it'll be fixed. So we'll look at it later on this week and see how it's doing. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Amazon chart. We want Amazon, this is a March expiration, to be below 260, and it seems to be moving in that direction, at least for right now. Salesforce, we want this above 165, and it seems to be hitting a little bit of resistance here at this 170 mark, or support I should say, at 170. So that's working according to plan. We already looked at gold, GLD, Google. We are looking for this to be above this 775, and this expires this Friday. So we look at the Analyze tab on that particular one. That was one of those 50-50 trades that I put on, remember? This is exactly 50-50 or 1-to-1 risk reward, 250 to 250. Watch the white number here and watch the red number here. So we're looking at a 1-to-1 risk reward on that. Priceline we're right at. This was another 1-to-1 risk reward play. We're right at that. We're looking for this trend to continue upward for Friday, and Panera Bread is just about ripe to exit here. Let's take a look. The mark price is 22 cents, not quite ready yet, but we could, and we probably will, exit that today, and we'll take our money and run on that particular one. So I'm going to make a note here to exit that. As a matter of fact, well, I'm not gonna set up an order. I want to see what the movement's going to be this morning on this. All right, let's take a look at our A+. See if there's anything. Oh, yes. We look at CF right away. That alert did trigger yesterday. Fortunately, it didn't get in because I think it was at Target when that thing went off. I don't sit around too much, so I was at Target when it went off, and I came back and I took a look at it, and it had pulled back. So we were looking for a bull put trade on this, and it didn't. Intraday, it didn't work out that way. Even though we have a real nice hook up here, and that's only because this candle relative to the rest of the candles here is not below it, so we get a little bit more of a hookup here. But we have earnings this week too, so not real excited about getting in on that particular one this week anyway. We're in Amazon. Let's take a look at Baidu. No, that alert did not go off on Baidu. And we're still waiting to find out just exactly what Baidu is going to be doing with that gap. Chipotle continues its march up. No entry signals there. Looking for a little bit of a pullback before we can get in. Salesforce we're in, Google we're in. MasterCard. MasterCard is trading sideways. Probably could do, let's take a look at the IV on that. We're looking at around 20% If we were to do something for March, I might want to wait for a weekly and maybe might do a double calendar on that too. Depends on how things look when later on in the week. So nothing going on with that particular, with MasterCard right now. Won't do anything. I'll look at it maybe later today and see if there's something that might be interesting. Netflix. Alright, Netflix is in a slight pullback. Let's put a little target here and hope that we end up down there so that we can get in on this nice little bull run that Netflix is going through. Priceline we're in, Panera we're in. And pretty much that's it for today. And we're at 10 minutes. That's not bad at all. So, also, if you haven't noticed, there I just did yesterday a video on the Profit Tent portfolio for February, where I actually closed all the February trades and opened up. Well, I didn't close all the February trades. I closed the ones that that there was more risk on. For instance, I would close the call side if the underlying was moving up and looks like it might be in jeopardy for the end of this week. So I will close the call side and keep the put side open. The only thing wrong with that is that you don't free up your capital. If you close both sides of the trade, then your buying power effect over here in this column will, if you close both sides, that'll get freed up. So just a word of caution on that. So if you are wondering what I'm talking about, check out that video. It's not a very long one. And I talk about opening it for March, and if March is successful, I'm going to go live in April. Alright, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.